Okay, thanks as always for everyone stopping in. UCLA women's basketball media availability. We have head coach Corey Close and student athletes Michaela Onyenwede and Charisma Osborne ahead of our game on Friday against Arizona State. I will hand it over to Coach for an opening statement, then we can open up to questions for Coach of the student athletes. Feel free to use the raise hand function and I will call on you.
Hi, everybody. Just glad to be with you all. Just excited for another opportunity to get better this week and excited about, just the progress we're making. It's all about the growth. And so looking back and doing film on where we're the first time we played the Arizonas. And though we're not playing Arizona, just Arizona State, just it gets me excited to continue to teach and help us grow. And that's what it's all about right now. And we've come a long way and we still have a long ways to go, but excited to do that. So I'll go for it. I don't want you guys to miss out on time with them.
All right, we'll start off with Kahari.
What's going on? How y'all doing? I want to start off with Charisma. First of all, congrats on being Pac-12 Player of the Week. Can you just speak on that? Like, what does that mean to you to have that accomplishment?
Thank you. Honestly, it doesn't really mean that much to me. If I'm really being honest, like I don't know, like it's cool, but it's not something that I really think about.
I appreciate your honesty on that, and just can I get just everyone's thoughts on just y'all just continuously just moving up the charts. Can you all just elaborate on that? Y'all number 5 now. Continuously beating ranked teams. Y'all just getting better and better. Can y'all elaborate on it?
Yeah, I think obviously it's cool being top 5. I think that's not something that we're focusing on primarily. I think our everyday focus is getting better and just finding ways to grow every day. And there's still a lot of room for improvement for our team. So it doesn't just stop at, okay, we're number 5. It's how can we get better today? How can we get better in this rep? And those will come if they're supposed to, but that's not really our main focus right now.
We'll go to Joe from the Associated Press.
For Charisma and Michaela, how unique has the practice situation been this year for the lack of players? But maybe since you can't do any 5-on-5, I think Corey said after the Stanford game, been able to do 3-on-3 a couple times. But as far as working on your individual games, how much during the practice has that been unique? Because it sounds like there's been more one-on-one work and individual coaching for those who are able to go through the practices.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been an adjustment and obviously different than anything I've had to do since I've been at UCLA up to this point. But I mean, I think this year is just a year of adjustments and just kind of adjusting what you're kind of used to, because there really is no normal anymore. And so yeah, our practice has been adjusted, but we've been finding other ways to get better. Like you said, we do a lot of one-on-one, we do a lot of 3-on-3, and those will translate to the game as well, where we're having to guard by ourselves, especially in a conference where there are really great drivers in this conference, and just individual players. And so it is different, but those things that we are doing in practice do translate just as well, and we're getting better every single day at those certain things.
Yeah, and just to add on, I think like 3-on-3 helps so much because when we do 5-on-5 and we're going against a scout team, it's not as competitive. Like everyone on our team is very competitive, so it's actually really fun to go against my teammates when we're doing like 3-on-3 or one-on-one. And then just like individually, we have this thing called daily vitamins where we're able to work on just like our skill development, and that just transfer over into the game.
Just for both players too, have you thought maybe watching film and doing that self scouting, you've improved in that because of the lack of players and having to do more film watching and study?
Well, I'm a vet, so I've been watching film for a while. So yeah, I definitely think film is just super important, especially because we're not doing as much physically on our bodies. And we do a lot of just like visualizing not only the other team, but also ourselves and watching ourselves do the right things in games and practices. So I feel like just like the mental work that we do is just as important as the physical work we're doing right now.
Yeah, I'm a vet too, so same. I've watched a lot of watched a lot of film too. But yeah, film definitely helps. I watch a lot of individual film as well. So especially with me like playing the one more this year, it's been very helpful for me.
It's interesting
Okay.
just to play off of that. I was asked on another Zoom did with Charisma earlier today, are there best practices that I've discovered that maybe I won't go back to even when we have scout guys and everything else? And our emphasis on mental training and the way we've used film, I don't think I'll go back on that. I think that's something that will be a part of us forever moving forward. So that's a silver lining, right? It's helped me discover some new things as a teacher that I think are really powerful. And there's a lot of ways you can get things done. And it also, as I've said before, really makes me appreciate and respect all of our teachers that have adjusted to doing online learning for the sake of all of our kids across the country.
For the one-on-one too, has it helped your stamina during games, because 3 or 4 of you are going 30 to 35 a game?
I think definitely. I mean, we're finding different ways to obviously stay in shape, and I think it's not that hard with only 8 people. But yeah, it's gonna have to be something that is super paramount for our team, especially with the numbers that we do have, just staying in shape and being able to sustain. So I think one-on-one, we are so competitive, and every single time we go against each other, we know we're gonna get our heart rates up, and we're gonna make each other better during that segment.
We go to Francis from the Daily Bruin.
Hi. So Charisma, you've scored 20 plus points in 4 straight games now. Has that been like a point of emphasis for you to like try to score more, or is it just like more natural?
I think that I've just been trying to like play my game and just play like more free. And I guess that's just a result, like me scoring 20 points is just a result of that. But I haven't, like I've talked to Coach Corey about just playing the game and not trying to score, and like trying to get my teammates involved and lead the team first, and then my scoring will come. So I've really just been focusing on that.
And this question's for anyone, but so you guys are like the top ranked team in the conference now. Do you feel at all that you guys are kind of like the team to beat, like with the target on your back, or do you not really like pay attention to that?
Well, I think from we've been on both sides of that coin, right? So I think we'd be foolish to not know that there's definitely a more intensified target on our back, and there's nothing to lose for teams that are going to be playing against us. And at the same token, I don't mean, really, what is it? I mean, are we that different? I mean, it's really a lot of people that vote and that have never seen us practice, or maybe even never seen us play. And so they're watching scores, and some people really do their homework. But I mean, I think you got to really know, like, what does rankings really mean? Like, how are they formed? What do they really mean? What do they represent? And, I think if we really stop and think about that, reality is we play in the #1 conference in the country. We play against phenomenal people all the time. I don't think that playing, for instance, Arizona or Oregon the second time, if we're ranked ahead of them, does that change what a great game it's going to be? No, it doesn't. So I think, yes, we have to be honest that there's going to be a bigger target and people are going to give us their best shot. That's how it works. But at the same time, call it what it is and just focus on preparation and what it takes to become great.
Thanks, Francis. We'll go to Dave from Dave, UCLA play-by-play broadcaster.
Coach, from the casual observer's standpoint, there's a point when any tournament team begins to really look like a team. All 5 players moving up and down the court, side to side, filling the gaps, almost like a single organism. And I think we saw a lot of that Friday in Santa Cruz. You play a team this Friday that is devoted to disrupting that. How do you attack that?
Well, I think both of what you just said are very correct. I thought it was the first time that I thought we played with any rhythm. I really I've been very honest to say I haven't thought we've been even close to our offensive potential. And as Michaela said earlier, we still have a long ways to go, but it was the first glimpse that I thought, okay, they're starting to do things more as a unit than they are a series of individuals. And was pleased with that, but we still have a long ways to go. But now Arizona State, I mean, we've told them, look, it's going to be physical. They're leading the conference in turnovers forced, and a lot of those being live ball turnovers. They're going to force us to, if we want to play with that rhythm, we're going to have to be sharper on our cuts, better on our screens, use more ball fakes. All of those, our post players are going to have to bring the ball up versus their first full court pressure. I mean, there's a lot of things that credit to Arizona. I mean, they're still leading the conference and fewest points allowed, you know, over the course of all those games. And so I think there's a lot of things that Arizona State's going to force us to do if we want to come out victorious. And so that's the battle, right? You know, to continue to grow and then to tweak little things to make sure that depending on the style of play of that particular game, you can find a way to win and play to your strengths.
And just a quick one for the players. There was so much hype about a lot of freshmen coming into college basketball this year. And Emily Bissois is starting to really get some positive press. Tell us what it's been like playing with her and watching her grow.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm great, Mick. Good to see you.
Me too. I just think she's just grown so much being here in the short time that she's been here. Like, you wouldn't even think she's a freshman anymore. We've been saying that for months at this point, and she just continues to show it every single game, every single practice. And she's one who's really, really wants to learn and wants to be a sponge. And for me, as just being a senior, that's really nice to have your freshman really just want to learn and be a sponge and who really, really listens. And so I'm proud of her. I think she's going to have a great career here at UCLA, and she's just been getting buckets, getting rebounds, which is what we need her to do. So I'm super proud of her.
Yeah, and just to add on, like Mick said, I'm really proud of her and like how much more comfortable she looks out on the court. I feel like she's been a lot more aggressive lately, which I love because she can really shoot it and, you know, she's a baller. But yeah, it's been really cool to play with her and to see her learn so quickly. It's like really hard to do. Being a freshman last year, I know that was a little bit of an adjustment for me, but to see her do it so quickly and just have to hop into things has been really cool to see. And yeah, I'm proud of her.
All right, we'll toss it back to Kahari.
This question is for the players before they have to leave. It seems like you all, you know, constantly celebrate each other. You know, you were just talking about Emma. You know, Charisma. I saw that you tweeted about Natalie. You know, that she's one of the players to watch on the X Factors and things of that nature. You know, what has contributed to you guys, you know, just being happy for each other, celebrating each other, no matter who gets the accomplishment?
Yeah, I think that we all just care so deeply about each other, and like Coach Corey said, like everyone isn't watching our practices. Like we see what we're capable of in practice. Like Nat, she like kills us in practice, like every day, like offensively. She's just killing us. So to see her do it on the court is just so fun to see. And like me, Cam, and Michaela and Lauren had to talk with her about her just like being more aggressive. And to see her like recently doing that has just been amazing.
Yeah, I think it's easy to rally around each other and want to go to war with people who you really care about. And so like Riz said, every single day in practice, we're battling with each other and for each other. And so it's easy, honestly, to be happy and give that grace and praise and congrats to other players, because we know that what we've done in practice and just how much of relationships we've fostered with each other. So it's super easy. And everybody on our team is a weapon. So that helps too.
And lastly, you guys, I saw you guys had speaking of practice, I saw that y'all had a 3-on-3 tournament earlier, blue versus gold. You know, was that competitive? And you know, how serious do y'all take that? Like, is it, you know, do y'all get upset? You know, I saw that you all won. So can y'all talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, you know, I was part of the winning team today and in the past, you know. But yeah, it definitely brings out a lot of competitiveness between us. Coach Corey, she began me with the calls. Like, I definitely feel the type of way when we're playing 3-on-3. But it's super fun to just play and play with my teammates. And we're all just so competitive, which makes it that much more fun.
Go back to Joe.
For both players, how big has it been getting Horvat back to kind of extend the bench a little bit?
I think it's been huge. I mean, Chantel has had a hard road. Her and I came in together in 2017, and so she's had a hard road with injuries. And so just to see her come back and be a spark for us is just so huge. She brings things that are so intangible on and off the court, and so to have her finally be able to, you know, be in games and produce and get minutes and just do whatever she needs to do for us has been really cool, because she just deserves it so much. And so I'm proud of just how resilient she's been throughout her career, even though she probably hasn't had the career she's wanted due to injury. But she just makes our team so much better and so much different.
Yeah, and she's just such a great leader for us. She's always bringing energy and like she's so consistent with that. So to have her back on the court, like helping with that has been great.
And especially just with the loss of Cameron. I mean, it happened at really a perfect time because Cam's such an energy person for us. And when we lost her, having Chantel be able to be added back into the mix, I thought it was really pivotal.
Just also Darius being one of the freshmen who came in at midterm. You know, I know you guys say Emily doesn't look like a freshman anymore, but she had to be thrown right into the fire quickly.
Yeah, Dominique, what she's done is really remarkable, and I know there's been some pretty overwhelming days, you know, of like, there's been, you know, tears. There's been, I mean, it's been hard, but at the same time, she's very mature in knowing that this is going to be such an advantage for her long term. But I'll tell you, she's done really, really well when she's gone into the games, and you know, she surprises me just how calm she is and how she makes a play almost every time she comes in. She finds a way to make a play. So just really proud of her internal fortitude. I mean, this has not been easy, and she's really stepped up into the challenge.
And then just for the players, do you feel like you guys are one of the maybe more inspiring stories of the college basketball season because of all the odds and everything? And you know, did you even expect to be as high as number 5 coming into the season with all the obstacles?
Oh, good question. I mean, I knew this year was going to be a lot different just because of our situation as far as a few opt-outs, and then obviously the situation with our freshmen, and then Bryn with her injury. And so I knew it was going to be different and challenging. I don't know if I would say I consider us like a super inspiring team, but I just knew it would present a little bit of different challenges. And so up to this point, I can just say I'm super proud of how we've been able to be super resilient. And Coach Corey tells us this all the time. We sacrificed a lot to be here. And so we never take these experiences for granted, especially just playing in a pandemic. And so, yeah, it's different, but I'm just proud of how we've kind of handled it and how we're going to continue to handle it.
Yeah, it's definitely been different. Like Mick said, like this is something that you just couldn't predict. And like when we first got here, like we didn't know what was going to happen, if things were going to get canceled right away. And like we all took that chance, and some people opted out, which was, I guess, like they opted out, and we were fine with that because we care about those people as well. But we knew that we weren't going to have like full force. But we don't use that as an excuse, and what we have is enough, and hopefully just going forward we'll continue to keep doing well.
And honestly, outside to talking with you all, we really don't allow ourselves to even speak about numbers. We don't speak about it in the locker room. We don't speak about it in the huddles. We don't speak about it at all. And because we just are very confident that we're going to focus on what we do have, and we're going to focus on giving and growing every day. And we're not going to give our energy away to anything that we don't have control over.
We can go to Sue.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Okay, so what happened to Cameron Brown? I didn't know she was out for the season.
She's not out for the season. She's out for a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
So a hand injury that she got in the fourth quarter of the Washington State game. Is that right? The Washington State? So she had a hand injury, and so she's out for a few weeks. But she's not. It's not season ending, but it's a few week ending.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. I didn't want to hear about that. You guys are so bouncy, though. You can rebound from whatever. But okay, then that's cool. I wanted to just maybe ask a fun question and just touch base with you guys. I know you don't get a chance to hang out as much as you usually do, but is there anything new that the Bruins are doing to bond with each other for fun, or even via Zoom, like outside of practices? Because I know your practices are pretty live. Sometimes I did see the Lauren video today, which was heck of funny, but are you guys able to do any other type of bonding outside of the practice humor? Because obviously you're pretty tight.
We've had some movie nights. I feel like our house is like some sort of like the hangout spot just because we have like the nicest apartment, me and Riz. So I feel like it's like the hangout spot. We'll have just like movie nights. A few weeks ago, we had like a nacho night where we made our own nachos and stuff like that. So we try to keep as together as possible. Obviously with LA, it was closed and we're still gonna act as if it is closed. We're still gonna do that. But there's not really much to do. So we're really all we have in our little bubble. So we're just trying to keep ourselves together and have fun in that way.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, safety for sure, all the way. Okay, thanks you guys.
They're a beach group too, some of them, not all of them, but I would say that's the other rotation. Yeah, not Riz and Mick as much, but Riz is like, you didn't say TikToks either, Riz. Riz is our TikTok leader.
Yeah, TikToks are fun. For sure, yeah.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I have seen a couple of those. Where were you guys? Oh, yeah, in Oregon. Yes. Okay, got it. That was a good one.
We're supposed to do a lot of them.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I won't watch most TikToks, but I'll watch Bruin TikToks, so for sure.
Well, that's because we have a good choreographer in Charisma.
Oh, it's you, Riz. Is there anything you don't do, Charisma Osborne? Good Lord. I'll bring the ball up the court and I'll do a TikTok for you. And all right then.
I don't see any other hands raised. Any other questions for coach or the student athletes? All right, I think that works. As like I said, Michaela and Charisma have something at 5:30. We can wrap it up here. As always, thank you all for joining. I really appreciate on this weekly basis that we have these great conversations. I think these have turned out really well, these virtual Zooms. As always, this team is very accommodating to local and national media. Never hesitate to reach out if you need personal requests. And also for our game on Friday, if at all possible, if you haven't requested credentials already, please send them to me tonight. If not, next couple days is okay, but tonight is preferred. Yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you all again, and I'll say good evening.
Thank you guys. Have a good night. Take care.
Thank you.